we can finally finish up our player's UI here. We're going to do a couple of things. I may have misled you in the last step. We want to go back to our slider one more time, and the only thing we want to do is in our slider component, we want to adjust this max value to 100. You might remember that from our enemy sliders. That's just going to help us more easily associate our player's health with their health bar. Now what we can do is in our canvas, once again, we're going to right click it and say UI and go down here, and we're going to select the text object. This text object is going to represent our player's health. So we're going to rename this one from text to health. What we're also going to do is drop down into our text field here, and we're going to switch that from new text to 100. We can also go ahead like we did on the game over text and select the alignment for middle and the middle of our paragraph because we want that to be centered. And then we also want to go into our color and just set that to white. White's a nice color because it allows us to see pretty clearly what our text says, and it will stick out from our background. What we then need to do is increase our width and height again. So I'm going to set my width to 400 and my height to the same, 400. And then we want to also increase our font size here. So we're going to drop down to the font size field, and we'll say 72. Now we'll drop it down to 64. Well, we'll drop it down a little further. Let's say 55, 56. Yeah, we'll do 56. And now we see it's in the center here. So again, just like we did for the slider, we want to go into our scene view and position that text object up above our health bar in the top left. So what we're going to do is click on the scene view tab here in the top left. And if you haven't moved your camera, it should still be positioned here. Otherwise, you can again click on that health object in the hierarchy and press F, and it'll center it right in the middle of your screen. I'm going to use the scroll wheel to back up a little bit. And then all I'm going to do is grab this box and drag it so my 100 here is right above my health bar. And if you like the way this looks, you can keep it. I actually think I want to make my slider a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is click on the slider, and in my scene view, I'm going to press the R key. What that's going to do is bring up our scaling gizmo. I'm going to click that center box, this white box right here. I'm going to click that and just drag to the right until I think it gets a nice size. And I think that looks pretty good. And now we can check how this looks by just going back to our game view, and you'll see it in the top right of our corner of our camera.